Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to FIFA Forest Green episode 7 I believe, and I've played one game since the last one. We beat Cheltenham 1-0 to continue our great league form and our title challenge in a way. But today's not about the league, it's about the Cubs, and it's the first time in the series that we get to see this FA Cup graphic, and of course it looks fantastic. We're against Southend United, a team higher than us in the pyramid, so it's going to be a tough game. And it's the second round of the FA Cup, I must stress. Second round. We did win in the first round beforehand. I mentioned it in the last episode. This is the Southend squad that play against us. Anton Ferdinand, Anthony Wordsworth, Michael Kitely, Ryan Leonard, Simon Cox, and Fortune, of course, up front. All names that people should be recognising. It's a strong Southend squad to go against us. Unsurprisingly, really, with the fun we've been in. I don't know what the pixelated shadows are about there on that face. They sorted themselves out in the end. And for Forest Green, with the green graphics, which is nice to see, it's a changed squad, really, is the best way to put it. We've got a couple of injuries. Doige and Murphy up front. There's no James and there's no Church, which is quite unfortunate. Collins in midfield, of course, Traore's still out. But the rest of it's the strongest you would expect it to be. And I was hoping in our white kit, which we haven't saw much of this year, I was hoping we could sort of get an upset going against this Southend squad. They're a very strong squad, as I say. There's front two, Marc-Antoine Fortuné, Simon Cox, an ex-Albion connection. So it was going to be tough against that sort of squad. But if the boys are together, and as you can see, they looked together, I was hopeful going into this one. I tend to be quite hopeful, I think. I'm quite a hopeful person. That the goalkeeper there seemed to be giving the team talk, which was a weird one. That looks like Michael Kitely. There he is. Ex-Wolves, ex-Burnley winger, Premier League experience, and Graham Horwood was our referee. So, yeah. Murphy and Doige up front was not a partnership I was looking forward to. But it was them that had the first chance. Fortuné's pass, McLaughlin's cross, and there's Kitely at the back post, who probably should have done better with that one. It was a bad miss. They continued to come forward. Ryan Leonard's shot. It was a decent save by Russell, I would say. I wouldn't say it's the best save he could make. Replay shows it better. I think it was probably going wide, actually. But you can't really take chances, and he just about gets it wide. The misses proved influential. We came forward, Marsh Brown's cross, and there is Matic Cernic. I remembered his name. Matic Cernic with the goal. 1-0 with 5 minutes to go in the first half. It was a really well worked goal. It's our only chance of the first half, it felt like. It was good play on the right. Doige in a cross from Marsh Brown, and that's a beautiful low ball in from the winger, really, isn't it? Cernic, some finish from close range. He makes sure it hits the back of the net, and it's his first FA Cup goal. He's been a bit of goal scoring form, actually, in our good form recently. He scored in the league a few times, so it's good to see him scoring in the FA Cup too. It was 1-0, and chances continued to come after that. It was a ball through. Ryan Murphy got through. And that's a good save. Is it Ryan Murphy? It's Reece Murphy. It's Reece Murphy. Come on, get your head in the game. But that meant at half-time, it was 1-0 to Forest Green. Southend had been the better in the first half, I would say. They didn't create many chances, but they had majority of the pressure. We were defending very deep. We managed to hit them on the break with a goal, and it proved really that tactic can work in the big teams, well, against the bigger teams in the pyramid. The second half continued to be the same. They come forward again. Hendry on the left crosses it in, and there's Arnold Barr. I'm gonna go with Demba's younger brother, maybe, with a header. It was a good save. But again, on the break, we came forward. Marsh Brown, a smart turn again, and a lovely low cross for Reece Murphy. Boom, just like that, 2-0. It proves that maybe the right wing is our strongest part of the field. It's where we can cause damage, and Marsh Brown's a big part of that. His second assist of the game. It was 2-0 with just 9 minutes to go. It was a game of very, very few chances proven here, and it's Southend United 0, Forest Green Rovers 2. It was a lucky turn in a way, really. Hendry got a foot to it, but it didn't really bother Marsh Brown. He carried on going, got the low cross in. Murphy met it on the volley from very close range. 2 goals, very, very similar, I would say, against Southend from the right. But it really proved that we can do it against the bigger teams, and we have done just that. The win was in sight from here, you would say, but we continued, really. We had the momentum. Cernic could have had a second here, but very good save by Oxley. But I weren't bothered. It didn't matter. Full-time whistle, 2-0. We dumped out Southend United, and we'd made it to the third round of the FA Cup. Massive for us, that is. That is massive. I was hoping for a good draw, and I will put this FA Cup third round game on an episode, so you'll have to wait for that for spoilers in terms of who we get. But I was very happy. Reece Murphy, it's good to see Reece Murphy getting in with the goals, actually, because he's the one that's got to get goals with James and Church out. I think James does come in for the second game, to be fair, but Church is out, which is not good, because he's been probably our best player up front. James has scored a lot of goals, but Church has been really influential and set up a lot too. But a 2-0 win, and that's what mattered. And we moved on to the second game, a night game in the Checkatrade trophy this time, so cup games for this episode, and we played against the Welsh side Newport County. Newport County, it's a weird side, really, to be low down in the Football League. They should be nowhere near the Football League, really, for the size of their team, but you could say the same about Forest Green. It was a similar side set up for us. Rob Sinclair came in on the left instead of Cernick, who deserved a break, and James came in up front for Dodge. It was the only two changes from that good win against Southend, and we were hoping to build on that, really, against Newport County. But the Newport County side did have some strengths to it. As you're about to see, it will drop the Newport County formation. Here we go. Yeah, they've got some good players here. Dimitru on the left wing back. They're playing 5 at the back. Spoilers. 5 at the back. There you go. Ben Tozer in midfield 2. Sean Rigg. And Frank Newble up front is the former West Ham youth player. So a bit of Premier League experience. The 5 at the back, we've come unstuck against it a few times this season with the wing backs marauding forward. We haven't known how to defend against it. And I was worried that it would prove the same here. Checkatrade trophy. We've had good form in it. And it was a cold night, really. Michael Flynn was on the bench for them. I don't really know who he is, 37 years of age, and for some reason we got a close-up of him. So salute you, Michael Flynn. But it was the green and black against the orange, gold, beige, orange. We'll go with orange of Newport County. And Reece Brown, a detrimental figure for us in midfield, could hopefully be the same thing. And it was us that kicked us off and underway. It was them that got the first chance. Newble in on the right. Good finish. Good finish. Good start, wasn't it? It was a goal we could have avoided. Only 9 minutes into a game and we were cut right open. It was disappointing, to say the least. If you look at this replay, he missed the tackle there and it was just a simple ball through. Newble says thank you very much. A striker like that does not miss chances like that. And after just 9 minutes, Newport led, and it was a shock. After the good form we've been in, that was a bit of a shock. I wasn't expecting it, but it's what happened. Frank Newble there, 2 goals in the competition, so we should have saw it coming. But we hit back literally from the kickoff. As you can see here, Ed got away from O'Brien's tackle. It was a poor one from the Newport defender. He waited and picked out the cross. Rob Sinclair taking his chance, I would say. He's not been a first team regular. He's come in now and he's done very well on a couple of occasions. Done exactly that there with a bullet header. 1-1, 11 minutes on the clock. And we're back to base, I would say. After that silly start, we're back to base. Ed, he does so well, the right wing back, to wait and wait and wait for the right time to swing in the cross. And it meant Sinclair was free. Over the goalkeeper, close range again. A wing play from the right meant a goal for the 3rd time in this episode, and it was 1-1, and I was very, very happy with that. But not for long. They continued to come forward. Newble with a weird turn on the edge, found Dimitru on the left. Dimitru's cross, and there's Quigley. 17 minutes gone. 2-1 to Newport. Yeah. They continued to shock me, this Welsh side. And this celebration took a while to get going, but there he did, sliding across the floor. Quigley, number 29, I don't know if he's even a first team regular, but he got a header in from close range. And again, it was just bad defending from us. I think I am a really bad defender on FIFA, by the way, I must say. So it's probably happened a few times throughout the episodes. But they got free on the left, they swung in the cross. The goalkeeper probably should have been more commanding as he came out, and he wasn't. And there was Quigley to say, all right, thank you very much, 2-1. Newport were back in front and we had a job to do. We did have a job to do. Joe Quigley, 2 goals again. So, yeah, what were we expecting? But midway through the first half, we continued to try and come forward. Marsh Brown on the right, again, a right wing wizard, pulls it across, and how has Murphy not equalised there? It's a chance that we've had a few times. This is the replay here. A chance we've had a few times during the series, and we haven't been able to take the low crosses and score with them. It meant at half-time it was 2-1 to Newport, and it looked, just for a minute, like we were in trouble in this Checkatrade trophy, because I'm not sure because I didn't really check it out too much, but I think this may have been a knockout game. Yes, 2-1. Okay. There were still goals in this. I was very confident that there were still goals in this. We always look attacking. We always look like we can get a goal when we come forward. We did continue to come forward. Sinclair on the left trying to take his chance, pulled it back. He was headed across, and there's Murphy. A really well worked goal. I was so pleased with this goal. It was good to see the left winger. I've totally forgotten his name already. Sinclair, there we go. Getting forward on the left, and it was Noble's header. Lee Noble, who had the opportunity, got forward, deft little header, and thank you very much for Reece Murphy, who scores in 2 consecutive games, which is nice to see. Half volley, I think it bounces, I'm not sure. Can't complain though. 2-2, and with 20 minutes to go, you would have to say we were favourites to go on and win it. They were a threat though. Quigley got through, poor defending again from Iacovetti, and it's a really good save from Russell that kept us from going 3-2 down. Chances at the other end too though. James showed his worth and got a shot away. Another good save by a goalkeeper, this time Day in goal for them. It's a new day and a new save. It was a great strike by James. That's some power behind that, I must say, and he can be very happy that he has saved that. I would say the Newport goalkeeper, very happy with himself. From the corner, it came in, and Laird's header was well saved again by the goalkeeper. It was proving to be a thorn in my side, I must admit. Again, Marsh Brown on the right, continuing to be a threat, crosses it in, and after all the good work Rob Sinclair had done to get the first equalising goal, he put himself in my bad books, I would say, because that's awful. That is such an awful miss. I'm pretty sure if this was a real sort of representation of me, there was anger in that reaction. A cross in again, and Laird continued to be a threat going forward from corners, but it was a good save. One more chance in the 90 minutes, and James had it, and usually he's so lethal. But he wasn't there. And it meant at full time it was 2-2. But was it full time? This is where I found out that maybe it might have been a knockout game, because it turns out, after I recorded all this cutscene, I've edited it in because it looks good, why not? Yeah, it turned out, despite the 2-2 scoreline, thinking maybe it's going to be a draw in the league format, in the group format, it went to extra time. We really needed to take advantage of it, and we did be the better side. James with another chance. The goal scoring touch has left Luke James. This is not good, I'm telling you that much, especially with Churchill. It was a great ball by Brown, who didn't have the best of games, hasn't had the best of episodes really, hasn't impressed, but it was a great ball from him to find James, and James has put it wide, and he's got to score. He's got to score. But in the end, it didn't matter. Brown, after saying he didn't have a good game, that's some finish, isn't it? That is some finish. The replay will do it justice too. Reece Brown, midfield dynamite, I would say, for us. I don't know too much about the squad, and I should probably look this up, but I'm worried that he might be a loan player that we lose for next season, because this is a player, Reece Brown, that we can build this squad around for a few years. Great finish on the volley from the rebounded shot. It was a good block originally, but that's a great finish. And for the first time in the game, we had the lead, and I didn't feel like we were going to look back. Extra time, we just had to see it out. We had to get the win, and I was hoping that we could do that. As you can see there, Reece Brown, first goal in the Checkatrade trophy, but he scored a few this season, and he has been great for us. In the second half of extra time, we made it safe. A good ball from Doige, I think, who came on. And Reece Murphy's finish is an absolute thunderbolt. It's his second of the game. He's come into form when we just needed him to. Wonderful goal. I think he's the ex-Arsenal loanee. It rings a bell in my mind from maybe former Football Manager games. But it was a really nice pass into him. And Reece Murphy, look at this finish. That it is an absolute thunderbolt. Black Lightning's just come out on TV, the TV series, and that was a bolt of lightning from Reece Murphy. Wonderful, wonderful goal. And it was 4-2. We'd won the game, and we just needed the whistle to confirm it. They took us to extra time, and fair play to them, but we won the game, and that is what matters. So 2 cup victories in an episode meant that we were going strong on all fronts at the moment. An FA Cup third round as well, a dream tie hopefully will come in our way. I don't actually know who we got, I haven't looked it up. And yeah, I think the Checkatrade trophy is a trophy that actually we can really win, and I'm hoping we will be able to do that. So I know you're all wondering about the league form, and you'll have to find out that for the next episode, how we are in the table. Until then, from me to you, goodbye.